This is the bond prospectus for July 2025. So the first thing that we want to look at here is the non-benchmarked bonds. So when we are looking at the non-benchmarked bonds, we want to see which ones are they. So it's 2 years, 7 years, and 15 years. So for non-benchmarked bonds, we know that one, they cannot be reissued. So we expect here to have new issues all the time. Okay, and the other thing that we know about non-benchmarked bonds is that when they are floated on the market, they are not very marketable. So if you were to sell a 2-year bond, a 7-year bond, and a 15-year bond, the rate at which you are going to sell those will be different from the benchmarked bonds. The other thing that you want to focus on, of course, is the money. When will the coupon be paid? So the coupon dates have been stated here: 21st January, 21st January, 21st January. So you can plan in that regard. Right, so once you are done looking at the non-benchmark bonds, you can now look at the benchmark bonds. So these are the benchmark bonds. So we've got the 3 years, 5 years, and the 10 years. Of course, these you have to look here, because if it's a reissue, then you will know that, okay, you can add to the bond that you had already bought. But of course, these are new issues. So since they are new issues, they are going to have unique serial numbers. Then of course, you want to focus on the coupon date. So in January, you'll be smiling, where others will be crying about school fees. You will be receiving your coupon. So this is very, very important to understand this. Also, the coupon rate is market determined in advance. It's up to the forces of supply and demand. That is what determines the interest rates. So after you have looked at that, the next thing you want to look at is the tender conditions. So there are a number of things there, but I want to focus on number 4, and that is Friday, July 18th. So the Bank of Zambia will determine allotment of issue, and the results will be announced on Friday, July 18th, meaning that if you have to bid, you have to bid way before the 18th. And then they say they reserve the right to reject any bids not conforming to regulations as prescribed. In short, the Bank of Zambia has the power to either accept or reject any bids. So it is not automatic that once you place your bid, that your bid will be accepted. Sometimes it might be rejected. The other thing that you want to focus on is the conditions for the non-competitive tenure. So the minimum is 1,000. The maximum is 499,999. All right. So anything that is 500 and above will be competitive. All right. So that is something that you need to take into consideration. Then let's focus on number 3 here, on the general conditions of issue. So the coupon interest is subject to withholding tax at 15% and handling fee at 1%. So based on this prospectus, the withholding tax has not yet been increased. The other important thing that you need to notice is this number 1. It says the government of the Republic of Zambia reserves the right to redeem the 7, 10, and 15-year bonds before maturity. This call option may be exercised after the bond has run 60% of its life. What does that mean? It means that the government might just decide to say, we are going to pay you back your money so that we stop paying you the coupon. So they can only do that on the 7, 10, and 15-year bonds. We can just conclude and say these bonds are callable bonds. The 7, 15, and 10-year bonds. So you should just have that in mind as you are doing your financial planning. And that is, these bonds might be called back by the government. But the good news is that they can only be called if they have run 60% of their life. So if the call option worries you, then just be buying 2-year bonds, 3-year bonds, and 5-year bonds. Yeah, okay. The last thing that I would like you to focus on is the treasury bills. The auction will be open on 24th July. So if you want to bid for this, just 5 days before July 24th, you can go ahead and buy the treasury bills. And then if you miss this month's government bonds bidding, there's still another chance in August. So 5 days before the 15th, that is somewhere the 10th or so, you can still buy government bonds. So if you would like to learn more about how to bid, you want to learn more about treasury bills and government bonds, if you want to learn practical lessons, what you do is get in touch with me via WhatsApp and join my membership club, the Treasury Bills and Government Bonds Membership Club. You'll be receiving lessons such as this to equip you with knowledge so that you can invest with confidence, so that you can minimize risks and maximize the profits. Don't forget that we are here to motivate each other to learn, to encourage each other to take action, so that we can be getting paid handsomely every month without working. This is John Speter, and welcome to the Treasury Bills and Government Bonds world.